we break up and now I got to take care of that anyway.
Right, and that's why to me, I would think it would make more sense to say, hey, if we ever break up, we would
sell the house.
We would sell this house, and you would stay in something
you could afford.
Not put you in the hood and that, especially if we got kids together.
Right.
But maybe it wouldn't be this house.
Well, it could have been a scheme that Todd set up for him to come to you with the bush.
Phew, y'all. This still isn't even the half of it. Because now it's looking like Todd may have been planning for this divorce from day one. He's suddenly claiming he's always been the primary caretaker of the kids, and he's even pulling out receipts to prove it. On top of that, he's asking for alimony, major child support, and full custody. Meanwhile, Kandi is going through it and clapping back hard. This divorce is already messy, and it's only getting messier. At this point, we can only hope that Kandi's prenup is as ironclad as Mama Joyce prayed it would be, because Todd looks like he wants everything. For years, Kandi stood by her man, her family, her businesses, her marriage. She praised Todd as the best partner she could have chosen, personally and professionally. And let's be real, Todd benefited plenty. They built businesses together, and they even opened their marriage, with Kandi defending it as something that strengthened their bond. Now, it looks like everything they built is being used in this divorce war.
I don't think Todd's worried about Kandi being fair. I feel like he wants to pound his chest a little bit because he's read the jokes.
Damn.
We'll say this. We watched that scene right before their wedding where she said, I've told you from jump, I've never wavered that I wanted a prenup. Why are you feigning confusion now? He hemmed and hawed, called his lawyer didn't pick up. She calls her lawyer immediately picks up. And in the midst of a conversation, it's revealed that he had misled his counsel to not realize that she was already splitting their assets together with any joint ventures. So on camera, we've seen him get caught being duplicitous with lies of omission to his own counsel. If you can't even tell the truth to your own lawyers, then you can't act like you're a victim if you didn't do your due diligence when I've been doing my due diligence and I've never wavered on my stand.
But according to new reports, Todd had been resenting Kandi for years because she was more successful and the clear breadwinner. Behind the scenes, he was constantly bringing up wild, hypothetical scenarios about what he'd get if they ever divorced, or how Kandi would supposedly act with her money. It's starting to look like he had this divorce strategy in his back pocket long before things ever went left.
He said threesomes never work. That's not true. I done had a threesome and it worked just fine. It worked great, actually. Anyway, I feel like it's the communication.
This little pussy's just hot. It is.
What are you talking about? I'm just saying it's the communication on it all. But I think that
would you?
Mind you, this isn't just one or two random clips floating around social media. We're talking hours of footage, content Todd willingly uploaded to his own YouTube channel without Mama Joyce's shadow or anger influencing anything. This is him, his real personality, his real thoughts. And in video after video, he kept circling back to the same idea, that he deserves something from Kandi simply for being there.
Everything else we've done together.
Right, which I thought we was always doing so together, and then you tried to cut me out.
I create a lot of things that I don't care that I don't get credit for.
Okay.
Anything I create, Kandi,
So you want?
I do not really some weird words.
But that's the way it feels.
With all these resurfaced videos, some people tried to argue that Todd was only doing this for views, because let's be real, messy content goes viral fast. Folks insisted Kandi would never play about her money, and that she must have been in on it, letting Todd talk wild just to stir up attention. But now it's clear, everything Todd was saying back then was groundwork for what he planned to do the moment divorce was on the table. In her filing, Kandi asked for joint custody of their two kids, Ace and Blaze. And here's what y'all need to remember. The prenup doesn't say Todd gets nothing. It simply protects what Kandi earned before him and states that he must vacate the home within 30 days. And let's be honest, Kandi built a massive empire solo. The businesses they created together, including the Old Lady Gang, never reached the level of success she attained on her own. In fact, Kandi even revealed in her filing that the marriage had accumulated debt, and she wanted the court to split it. Then, on Wednesday, November 26, 2025, right before Thanksgiving, Todd finally responded to the divorce petition. He asked for full custody, claiming the kids are primarily with him because Kandi often travels out of state for work. He acknowledged that she's a good mother, but said that since he has them most of the time while Kandi is on Broadway, he wants full physical custody and joint legal custody. Now, that part isn't even the shocker. Kandi does work constantly, so logistically it makes some sense. But what shook Kandi and all of us watching is remembering how this man tried to walk down the aisle without signing anything. We all saw it on their wedding special. Todd really thought he was going to finesse his way into marriage without a prenup. But just when he thought he was in the clear, Kandi's lawyer pulled up with that paperwork in hand. Kandi made it plain, no signature, no wedding. And Todd, knowing he had no choice, eventually signed.
I used to date somebody back in the day, that motherfucker catered like I was a billionaire. But it was just something that they enjoyed doing
How did she
for me.
cater that she was a billionaire if she didn't have no?
No, I said she catered like I was a billionaire. So I walked in, and she would work. She worked like anybody else. She had a child, but she would cook. She would cook in her panties. She would do all kind of shit.
Okay, so why y'all didn't stay together?
Yeah, right. She's so damn capable.
Yeah, why y'all didn't stay together?
Now he's dragging the prenup back into the spotlight, claiming he was never fully on board with it in the first place. Todd is arguing that he only signed it 4 hours before the wedding, under pressure, without his own lawyer present, and because of that, he says the agreement shouldn't be enforceable against him.
A question for people who have had prenups or who are part of the prenup land or who have signed a prenup. How easy is it to get out of it? Because the way Todd is running this shit is crazy, bruh. This man said, I want to break that damn prenup when he sat there on live TV and said, I'm going to sign this prenup because ain't nothing going to stop me. Ain't nothing going to stop our love. We're going to be together forever. You signed that shit. And Kandi, you was right. You was smart. But now he wants the children too.
Hey, how you doing? How you doing? Nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you. Hi, Todd. Okay. Marjorie's my notary.
Okay.
Reagan is going to be one of the witnesses. Kate will be the other witness.
I decided to sign a prenup against my lawyer's advice. In the end, I know all this legal stuff is not going to keep me from being with Kandi. You do many of these on the day of the wedding?
I have done a couple.
Yeah.
All right, I'm rolling. Okay.
All right, let's do it.
Okay, ready. Okay. This is a video recording of the execution of the prenuptial agreement between Kandi Burruss and Todd Tucker. You acknowledge that you've had a sufficient amount of time and opportunity to fully consider the prenuptial agreement and to request changes to the prenuptial agreement.
Yes.
You understand that you are giving up your rights to periodic alimony, lump sum alimony, alimony in kind, attorney's fees and expenses of litigation, property settlement, equitable distribution, and community property.
Todd is now claiming that if he and his lawyers had been given more time, they would have renegotiated the entire prenup because he supposedly believed he had rights to Kandi's music royalties and production earnings. But Kandi is not budging. After all that prenup drama played out publicly on the Real Housewives of Atlanta wedding spinoff, she's basically telling the judge, roll the footage. Her legal team even pointed the court to a specific moment from the show where Todd clearly said he was ready to sign the prenup after speaking with his lawyers both on and off camera. So this isn't something he was blindsided by. There's nothing to argue here. The fact that he's bringing it up now and involving the kids to try to leverage more out of her just proves that whatever was happening behind the scenes was way messier than we thought. And honestly, maybe Mama Joyce wasn't as wrong as everyone said. Not Todd Tucker trying to play a reverse Uno, demanding full custody and trying to undo the prenup. He had this plan the moment he started slipping up after they had their 2 kids. Kandi defended him from her mother, her aunt, Portia, Phaedra, the entire group, and pretty much the whole world. And this is how he wants to close the chapter? Phew. Todd Tucker, when I catch you. I've always said Todd gave opportunist energy. Mama Joyce was harsh, sure, but she wasn't wrong in her instincts. But what do y'all think? Did Todd set up the long game from the beginning, or is the internet just doing too much? Sound off in the comments and make sure you like and subscribe. See you in the next video.